This is the SML Bladecast. Ew.
Alright, start. Here's mouthful of food. I don't give a fuck.
What's up, everybody? I'm small.
I'm medium.
I'm large. Wait, what was your name again?
Medium. Remember?
No. Lure.
I'm the M in the SML.
What's the SML stand for? Don't we have a contest for that?
We have a contest for that. I think it's
Superman
Mega
Love?
Lube.
I don't know. Superman lube.
Superman Lube. There we go.
Superman.
So you're the man in our Superman Lube.
So, the big surprise this week, Boge's back for this week.
Yes.
And also, it's the return of the Crunch Cast.
Crunch cast.
We're back at the Boge cave.
Everybody's like
crunch it on crunch.
Anybody who remembers the last time we were at Boge's just went, fuck.
Yes.
Turning this
and,
So sorry,
and I'm Kmart medium or Kmart large or I don't know.
Youth large.
I'm Kmart.
Youth large.
Kmart medium.
But yeah, we actually have things to
Kyle
talk about
said
this
that
week.
he will not be able to call because he has some things to do. So
Kyle, if you're listening.
Suck.
Kyle, if you're listening, you suck.
Kyle, if you're listening, you suck.
Kyle, if you're listening,
Cow.
you could have been the butt of one of our jokes.
Kyle.
Kyle, if you're listening,
Blade mode cannot call
your
him.
mome is a bitch.
Kyle, if you're listening.
Big
So-
fat bitch. Biggest bitch in
So
the
this
whole
week on the SML podcast, no longer the SML
Well, see,
Vaultcast.
you used to hold off saying Vaultcast. Too.
I did, but-
and it was funny because it was noticeable. There'd be times where you'd be like, "This is the SML
but,
podcast."
but my buddy Norg, his little teaser at the beginning of the
Norg?
show,
Is it-
from Cheers.
George Nowick.
Norg, isn't that like one of the sounds that Batman would make when
Like
he
a
punched
Nor-
like
like a
a
Norgish
certain
board?
type of villain?
Well, it's his online name, George Nowick. He's the guy who does This is the SML podcast.
Oh, okay.
This week, instead of This is the SML Vaultcast, it's the SML podcast because our affiliation, as well as everybody that I know, their affiliation with the Gaming Vault is done because of some
Politics.
yeah. We'll go with politics.
We'll go with stuff.
Yeah, some things happen. We can't talk about it just yet, but
But we'll talk about it at the end of the show.
we'll probably talk about it next week.
Well, we'll see, but
It
we'll
depends.
see.
It depends because we have somebody that we answer to technically, and
either way, there is a childish, vindictive person out there who just wanted to be a bitch, pretty much.
use a bitch. I don't know.
Does
If we
he
should,
look like-
I don't know if we should talk about it too much, but
His name is...
His name is crumbs all over the table.
All I know is he is not named after an archangel.
Not at all. I was waiting for someone to make that reference, and I'm like, it's not going to be me. I'm not going to be that guy. And I'm so glad that you're that guy for me. I'm just going to give you like a high five across the table.
Right over the table, right over the microphone.
Yep.
So,
Okay, but yeah, we are no longer on the Gaming Vault. I don't know what website we're going to be on because as of now, we don't have a name. We thought we had a name. Yes.
Right. Correct.
Very much so.
And Penis Envy was already taken, so.
yeah, our next website we were gonna.
Yeah, so penisenvy.com might be hosting the show this week. I really don't know.
We gotta get that fleshlight sponsorship.
Fleshlight.
I'm working on it.
Wait,
Trust me.
it. That's who we get to sponsor the show.
Fleshlight
The
sponsorship.
Fleshlight podcast. No, so
Is that going to be the first official prize entered into our
I
SML
really hope so.
prize package?
Dude, but seriously,
Those are expensive.
Are they?
yeah. A
So you
few people
seriously
had
got to
to chip in.
start finding some stuff to like officially announce is in there.
Yeah, and you don't want to like get a used one off of eBay or something like that.
Oh no!
And I'm thinking episode 15 might be a better show to give the thing away because it's going to take forever to get to 20.
Not to. Well, no, I'm going to go with 20 mainly just because it's going to take that long for us to get multiple entries.
We have a couple entries.
for real.
We got a couple, yes.
Oh shit! Okay, so we're gonna start with reader mail then.
Well, no, I figured since we talked about the website, and the fact that we no longer are able to get savecontinue.com because of some jackass out there.
Who will not win the fleshlight?
Yeah, you are not winning a fleshlight.
And you're a jackass.
Unless it's Boge's used fleshlight.
I have 2 of them.
We'll make sure all of us use it before we send it out to you.
I got it first.
I figure what we can do,
Technically, I've already had it first.
Ooh.
since we're recording this on Wednesday and we're hoping the site will be up by Friday when you guys
Are
get
wanting
to hear this.
So
Yeah, we're hoping
everyone's
that,
gonna be like getting
Jonesing
for
Yeah.
well, I figure by then we'll actually have a website picked. So in the meantime, we could ridicule the names that we've been kicking around.
Oh, like, what's that really shitty one? Blade mode or something like
Blade
that?
Runner or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Kyle, one of his first ones he thought of was blademode.com, which he's like, oh man, it's awesome. The more you think about it, the more it grows on you.
Bladeblows.com.
No, the more I
The
think
more I
about
think
it,
about herpes, the more it grows on me too. But
No, that's the more you itch it.
I see I don't like blade mode because it doesn't like. When I think blade mode, I think shitty Japanese anime. I don't think gaming.
I think of something out of the 80s that you don't want to deal with anymore.
Like Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Yeah, but that's an awesome 80s thing. Blade mode sounds like something you're glad was left in the 80s.
Sounds like turn my phone off. Sorry.
It sounds like some kind of stupid Power Rangers bit.
Yeah,
Come form blade mode.
come form blade mode.
Form blade mode.
Let's see. Since we couldn't get save continue, people suggested save or continue, save quit continue. I just don't think those flow as well as
Enter
save continue
passcode.
could. Enter passcode.com.
We could do like press X to Jason.
What?
What? You're gonna play Heavy Rain?
Heavy Rain?
Oh God!
Yeah.
Jason.
Let's see. Another one I don't dig. Matrixofleadership.com.
Whoever wrote that in, you're a faggot.
Careful. Those are the kind of words that got us in trouble with some guy. Anyway,
Marmaduke.
with the
Marmaduke.
with the Archangel Gabriel.
With Peter Gabriel.
I think that one was Kyle again. He's also, because Kyle's a
Kyle.
metalhead.
Kyle, I rescind that. You're not a faggot.
Kyle also had this one, Hallowed Be Thy Game, which
That's kind of cool.
the maiden reference alone makes me hate it.
Why you gotta be that guy?
I don't think it's.
Why do you gotta
it's
be
good.
that guy?
That one's not bad.
They were saying that it might work better as a feature, like a weekly or monthly feature.
No, I could see that.
I could see
I
that.
think it would work better as that. Like, I'm cool with that.
See, I'm thinking that if we get to have a new beginning, if you will, if we get to really do something interesting with it, I think that this is an opportunity where we could take what we all learned from that other site.
What did you learn? I didn't learn anything.
I learned how to do a podcast, and I learned how to say faggot. No,
We're gonna get so many pissed off emails.
Only from the, never mind.
No, I think that I'm not just saying me, because I was about to do my first review this week for the site, and now I'm like,
Which one, Monaco?
yeah, I was gonna do Monaco, which I just started playing like right before we came here.
Nice.
But I was gonna do a video review. I had all this stuff lined up. I was gonna get people over. We're gonna record all the people playing. It was gonna be a fun review.
Well, maybe it'll be the first official review for blademode.com.
That's what I'm thinking. But
Nice.
I just
That's what I'm
think,
scared about.
I just think of the big websites out there like IGN, GameSpot, Giant Bomb. Revision 3 just started up not too long back, which has Adam Sessler. I love Adam Sessler,
Yeah.
because I'm a faggot. But
The first step is admitting it.
yeah, first step is admitting that you lick the fleshlight out.
You lick the flesh.
But no,
flesh out the wound.
As soon as Bo comes back, we get all kinds of fucked up again.
No, it's
welcome.
because we're here
You're welcome.
again, and when we were here, we talked about fleshlights and how crunchy chips were for about 2.5 hours.
Crunchy fleshlights.
Crunchy flesh.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
all right. We're gonna stop it. We're gonna stop with that. But no, I think that we could come up. This is a good opportunity to come up with something good and solid, and then we could try to really, from the get-go, we could hit the ground running. Make something that is I've said faggot too many times to say respectable in this sentence, but respectable, website that we could try to do something good with it. We could try to do something perhaps a little different than some of the major websites out there. And I just think that the starting point is having a good name and a good URL.
Yeah.
That's well-rounded and not so pointed at one thing or another.
Well,
Which
next
I think
on the list
I think
are two
Blade-
front runners that have been kicked around.
I think
a lot.
Blade.
I think
was it
Blade mode.
Blade mode is a little bit too pointed at a certain type of gaming.
Well, that, and I feel like save continue. Anybody who hears that
Sure.
is like, oh, that's
That's brilliant.
Yeah, nobody so far has argued against that, and that means that if we have people going, oh, Blade mode's stupid, then we're going to get a lot of people that we try to show the website to be like, nah, I'm not.
I already said if it's called Blade mode, I'm not going to tell people I write for it. Like that's an embarrassing. Oh yeah, I write for Blade mode.
I don't want to say it's embarrassing because I mean,
why in Blade mode?
it could work. It could definitely work, but I just don't. It doesn't appeal.
It already has a strike against it for the just main appeal.
Yeah.
You have to kind of like look at it just like
I think if
anything
there's
else.
any opposition, any real opposition, it doesn't have a chance.
Well, what are the other two front runners?
Two more front runners. There's still plenty more to go through, but
Right.
randomlootdrop.com.
That's pretty cool.
Which
What
I
about
think could
random
work.
loot? Or is that already done?
I don't know. We're not going to look it up right now. And along the save lines, this one a lot of people aren't sure because of the S's, but selectsaveslot.com.
How about something like?
Because you really want to be the triple S.
Our website is super.
Shit, I just had one. I lost it. Or like save file or something like that.
Again, it comes down
Save
to what's
file corrupted.
available too. We, like 5 of us were kicking around ideas for 2 hours, maybe more.
How about Hammerhead Game Shark?
We have 2 more crappy ones from Kyle.
Poor Kyle.
Seaofeden.com. I think that sounds like a porn site.
Is he just trying to like name like crummy
Sea of
local
Eden.
bands?
Kyle, if you want to start a massage parlor, call it Sea of Eden. If you want to start a game website,
Call it weareagamingwebsite.com.
This one
Wags.
could be kind of okay,
Wags.
but it reminds me way too much of fucking Dude Bros. Orbitalstrike.com.
that makes me think of Command and Conquer.
Yeah.
But
To me, it sounds like a Call of Duty.
Thespiangas.com.
Our web guy had a good one. I think it's too Sonic related, but homingattack.com.
yeah.
Let's see. There's a bunch here, just kind of different takes on each other. Glitchedendgame.com, glitchedgame.com, glitchedgamers.com, endgameglitch.com.
What about Killscreen? Is there a Killscreen.com?
I'm sure there is. That's
You shut up.
look it up on your phone, you whore.
No.
They had
All right.
we had corruptsavefile.com, corruptsaves.com, savedcorruption.com.
How about corruptgamingwebsiteowner.com?
I still like thisdomain.isavailable.com. So or weareagamesite.com.
We are
Wags,
a game
bitch.
site. Wags. Because not only that, because you could even just use like logo wise, it could just be WAGS.
Yeah.
And it
Killscreen.com does not exist.
But is it available? That's the big thing. You could go to any website and nothing pops up. But
Looks
like
like
go,
no,
Metrocast says, sorry, Killscreen.com does not exist or could not be found.
try going to DreamHost and seeing if it's available.
I go into DreamHouse and
Suck a dick. Somewherefarbeyond.com, which
I wonder if we could
like
find
somewhere over the rainbow.
What about like an old game reference or something?
I wanted so bad. This one's taken. I wanted giantenemycrab.com.
That would have been
That's
awesome.
taken. Giantenemycrabs.com
How about
is free.
$599.com?
$599 US dollars.
US dollars.
Another front runner is bustedconsole.com, which I think that's pretty good.
BustedCondom.com?
Yes, bustedcondom.com.
Busted.
That takes it straight to Babies R Us.
Why don't we do something like, you know what, hold on, I'm gonna find
Keep
a fucking
searching.
domain. Keep talking, I'm gonna find a fucking domain name right now.
There's ygamesy.com.
We are a gaming site.com. I'm telling you, that honestly, I'm not being biased just because I said it, because I
How do
actually
you
said
spell
it on a
continue?
whim.
CONTINUE, right?
Yeah.
But I think having an acronym is cool.
Boom.
Acronyms are in right
Save-continue.com.
But then you'll have people go without the dash
And then it
go
comes up to nothing.
Captain Cocksucker's redirected website instead.
So what? I mean, that's...
Nah, it's too similar. I
How about...
avoid it.
All right, wait, I got it. Hold the phone.
Continue and save?
Well, I was wondering if we should look at old arcade game continue screens. Because some of them had some cool shit on it. I bet we could find something from one of those that we
could do it after
blatantly
the show.
steal.
But
How about savecontinue.net?
no, we're not doing a .net. No,
It's already registered.
.x.
He probably registered all of them because he's a...
probably.
What about Save Continue Rocks? Or Save Continue Band?
We're not naming a band. I know this is what it feels like to me because I've named so many bands that I've
Save
been in at this
Continue
point.
Band. More recent one.
SaveContinuemusic.com
Yeah, music.
or official. Like SaveContinueofficial.com.
More recent one suggested, which I think is kind of okay but kind of clunky, is generationabxy.com. I think it's just too long.
That ABXY.
It has potential if you could cut it down, but that kind of loses the point.
Generation AABB.
Generation up, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
Yeah, that whole thing. Someone's gonna type that whole fucking thing out.
And then there's people saying that it should be something that's not video game related at all. So we have a handful of those suggestions too.
Wait, hold on.
Boo.
Who's the idiot that started suggesting non-video game related names?
The people who
For a
refer to
video game
websites
website.
like Giant Bomb,
Or like Destructoid.
like we're not Jeff Gerstmann.
I get you.
We're not high profile. We're not going to get away with a random name.
Yeah, but he wasn't really high profile.
My immediate thought when someone's like, "Oh, something that's not game related," deadtortoise.com.
I take offense to that for being a vegan.
Oh, whatever. And then someone said welikecats.com.
I'm sure that's already taken.
Probably, but it's on the list.
Like what? Cash Cats? Cashcats.biz.
Cashcats.biz, that website is amazing.
So
Everybody drop what you're doing right now and go look at cashcats.biz.
Yep.
You will
I'd say we wait, but they can just pause us.
pause us. No, seriously, why are you listening to us right now?
And then the last recent one, which I really like this one, I think this one has potential, is subtlereference.com.
Meh. Subtle reference to what? My penis?
Your fleshlight.
The fleshlight?
Yes, fleshlight. Subtlefleshlight.com.
Subtle.
I like that one. I really think that one could work. It's quick,
It
snappy.
doesn't mean anything though. Like it's not referencing anything.
Yeah, it's a subtle reference.
It's not really that subtle because you don't even know what the reference is.
That's what's subtle about it.
No, it's really
No, if you-
alarming. Like,
if
hey,
you-
look at me. I'm a reference that has nothing referencing
If
it.
you get the reference, you get it. But if not, it's just kind of subtle.
No. I don't know.
I think we could all agree, though, that Blade Mode is the worst.
Yes, I will agree.
No, I think they were much worse than Blade Mode.
Okay,
but I
but
do
Blade
not like
Mode
Blade
is
Mode.
near the bottom.
It is a front runner for the back runner.
It is the front runner for my asshole.
How about like
See, he knows.
I like the sexy eyes Boge just gave me when I said that.
how about
did.
cartridgeblow.com?
I was trying to think of something like that. Something with the old
I work at Cartridge
NES.
Blow.
Yeah.
I write for Cartridge Blow.
Blowmycart.com.
Oh my god.
How about slam down, shimmy to the left? You know.
What about like miniboss.com?
I think that
I'm a
too close to the mini bosses.
So
And endboss.com.
we're such assholes. we will stop being assholes on the podcast one day. Once we start getting listeners.
We'll be forced to. So if you want to,
I want to. We get to such a groove, and
if you want to keep listening to us being dickheads, tell all your friends not to listen.
No, tell all of your friends to listen. As soon as we get more than, what is it at, 2 listeners, we will.
Probably.
When did we double our listeners?
You've been gone. You've been gone.
Funny quick story. So
I leave and our listeners double.
I was working with some guys
Listener doubles.
that wanted to do tournaments for the video game store at the movie theater. They wanted.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so we. I
Ashley left. She hates us.
I had a meeting with them. And the guy's like, oh, ever since we announced we're going to do it, our web traffic is like doubled. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? You could have had 5 people, and he wouldn't let me see the charts. Like, he had his computer open. Every time I'd lean over, he'd kind of like scooch it away. And I'm like, well, look, like, I need to know these things. I need to know if this is worth my investment. And he, and I'm like, so what? If traffic doubled and you had 5 people, that means now you have 10 people? I'm like, whoop-de-doo. Why would I pay you $300-something or whatever for all the advertisement? And he's like, yeah, actually, it was about that. And I'm like, fucking, nice. I knew it. Like, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna get jived.
It's funny that he actually admitted, like, yeah, dude, it was only like.
Well, he knew that the 2 guys were very, very like. I mean, I don't want to say they're very good salesmen, but I mean, when I myself have been a salesman for a long time, you see right through it. You look at somebody and it's like, well, you're trying to sell me. It's like, now I need to cut through the bullshit and be like, I know what you're telling me is the truth, but you're putting a spin on it to make me want to give you money, and I need to make sure that it's worth my money.
You're putting a spin on it to make it a truth that sounds greater than it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody does that. It's the American way. Doesn't matter what industry.
I guess the real important thing is, Boge, you're back. How are things?
Things.
Where have you been? What's up? How's things? How's life?
Life is, it's there. I'm alive. And spending a lot of time with my fiance, who's hanging out at a nursing home until she can put weight on her feet. And then she'll be going to rehab to learn to walk again. And it's a long process, I guess.
Have you wiped her yet?
It's not really something we need to talk about on the show, is it?
No, it's things are getting better.
Have you wiped yourself yet?
No, I have not wiped myself. I haven't had time to poop, so.
It's been 47 years and you haven't wiped yourself yet.
I don't know what that's.
I'm only 35.
That's the fun part.
No, she's gone through 2 surgeries. Both went well, and she's basically now in recovery.
Which is good, though. It's good that because for those of you that don't know, there was a car accident that happened, and things were bad, but things were not as bad as we originally found out. So
No, actually, things were worse than we were told originally. a lot more breaks and fractures than they had initially known about.
But it's not.
But near the beginning, there was talk of possibly losing a foot.
No.
That was rumors and hearsay.
That was a doctor just straight up fucking with me, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Because
that's not cool.
He went by an X-ray, which looked like
there was just no feet.
It looked like everything was turned 90 degrees, and he assumed it was just damn near ripped off. And wheeling her into surgery, goes, "I'll try to save the foot." I'm like, "Okay, bye, love." What? This is the first I heard that. So
try to save the foot.
So they pretty much have her all buttoned back up, kind of like glued. They use this glue to glue bones together, so that they heal on their own. She has a lot of metal rods, screws, plates, and stuff.
She's alive. She has her feet.
She had no injuries aside from 4 broken ribs from the waist down. Or from the waist up.
I was gonna say,
wow.
Well,
from the waist up. So
strange build.
So her head, neck, spine, everything was fine.
And that's really like the stuff that
was a crucial part.
Yeah.
That was everything they were afraid of. So
yeah, no, I'm happy everything's working out. I'm happy you're back.
Yay!
I'm hoping we're gonna see more of you.
Thanks.
I know the listeners hope to hear more of you.
Gross.
Even though you bring out the badness. You're a bad fucking influence.
Really? Because
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No,
You're the reason we talk about fleshlights.
Well, because I'm a big supporter.
Anyway, well, real quick, back to the thing. What is our, like, general consensus of what we would like the website to be? Do we have a consensus yet of what we would like it to be? I mean, we probably don't even have technical control for what it's going to end up.
I don't know.
But we could just go form our own one anyway. If you want.
We don't even know what's going on with us if you're really going to be moving away.
Well,
God damn you, Kunal, for stealing Tim.
Yay! I mean, hey, man, it's cool.
God, Kunal never even visits me, and now he's stealing you.
Well, I went out of my way to work for that, though. I told him, take me away. And he picked me up into his arms, and
Did you cup the balls?
we flew away into 8-bit heaven.
Alright, so anything else you guys want to talk about, or should we hop to the mail?
I want to hop to the mail. I'm anxious.
Well, I did want to mention that, I think if we did get some kind of a sponsorship from Fleshlight, that our people are their people, basically. I mean, if you think about it,
Anyway,
Pappy.
who owns Fleshlights but dudes who spend most of their time gaming and
Listening to podcasts.
and searching the web.
I think
while they cry in a corner.
On the name thing, and I'm gonna tell Kyle.
I mean, if you're a bodybuilder and playing beach volleyball and getting all kinds of babes, you don't own a flashlight.
You don't own a flashlight either.
Well, you don't need one.
Because
You're on the beach.
You just have a guy follow you around. Because you just go, I'll snap your neck unless you shine your light everywhere I go.
So flashlight, let's hold hands.
I'm gonna tell Kyle this too, but I think that we should definitely try to get Save Continue, something like it, going, because I think that's a really friggin' good name. And I mean, it's so obvious that the name was just stolen from us because of the politics that just happened. And I don't think we should fucking stand for it. I don't think anybody working for the organization should stand for it. I think that we should get the name or something so close to it that it's irrelevant. And that way we can all look at this guy and be like, fuck off.
But I think if we do that, we're just feeding into him and giving him his attention.
Let him come at us. What's he gonna do?
Bro, come at us, bro.
Come at me, bro.
I think we'd be better to move away from him completely and ignore his existence. Let him have this name. There's plenty more out there.
Yeah, let him pay into a website that he's not going to do anything with.
Yeah, but I don't.
Plus, by the time this episode airs, we probably already have a name.
Yeah, that's
Probably.
true.
So,
yeah.
all right. First email question.
Wait, now, are you going back to the one that we skipped over from last week?
Yeah, there's actually two from last week, but the one is like really long and involved and is mainly about soundtracks, and I figure we'll hold on to that for when Kunal comes back.
Yeah.
So,
Which I
So
talked.
that person that emailed that question in, you're just going to have to keep listening for the next couple
well, that
of
was Amanda.
Wait.
Because she liked sending us a lot of email.
Wait.
So her soundtrack question's going to sit in the inbox
Just
for a while.
wait.
But,
wait.
Hold on.
The other one from last week.
I like the microphone has a hat. Or a toupee.
The other one from last week is from our buddy Will Morgan, who says, "Rawr, I'm a dinosaur.
No, you got to read it in a British accent.
Raw, I'm a dinosaur.
That
All
was
you
like an Australian accent.
Oh, I'm a dinosaur!
Rawr, I'm a dinosaur.
I don't know what accent that is.
Roar, I'm a dinosaur.
Are you a
Are you
pirate?
dinosaurs? What are your favorite dinosaurs, either from
Thanks,
movies
Will.
or from video games? Lots of love. Your
Ooh.
favorite Englishman/dinosaur, Will. Sent from my Sony Ericsson Xperia Play."
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for that, too.
Yeah, we will make fun of you for
Can I
Well,
can I pick, like, multiples?
that. Go for it.
Can
What
I
dinosaurs
pick,
do
can
you
I
like?
pick Can I pick all of Primal Rage?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah, you know
That
what?
game was so much fun.
my favorite dinosaur has been the Dilophosaurs. And I was very disappointed to find out that they don't actually have the frill like they had in fucking Jurassic Park.
And
This would have been such a better question 2 weeks ago.
yeah,
Wait,
really
what
would've.
was the third? It was a like a T-Rex,
That thing.
and it was a like a donkey, like a King Kong. What was
There's
the
like a
third?
snake-headed fucking dinosaur thing too.
Was that what it was? I can't remember the third one.
I don't know. I have no idea. Like right now, honestly, I'm just trying to figure out I'm trying to remember all the characters from Primal Rage and trying to pick what one I use the most.
What about you, Joe?
Primal Rage is the one where
I'm going with
they
the TV
destroy the
show
city, right?
Dinosaurs.
No, that's Rampage.
Oh, I'm thinking Rampage.
Primal Rage is a fighting game
shit.
where all of the
Dinosaurs
characters
fighting each
are
other.
dinosaurs.
Oh fuck! I was thinking of
Rampage.
Rampage.
No. Yeah,
Well, what are those three guys?
let me
A
do a quick.
lizard, a wolf man,
I gotta do
There's a
a.
wolf man.
a monkey.
I gotta do a quick search of the Primal Rage roster.
But yeah, I'm going to go with dinosaurs from the TV show Dinosaurs.
Not the mama.
Sinclair family. I love that show.
For real?
That was
Seriously?
awesome.
Oh wait, here's a good name for a website. Fucking bonus meter.
Boner meter.
Boner meter. We could totally warp that into boner meter.
There's
bonus meter, ultra meter,
Boner
something like that. Power meter.
Cool.
there's no cooler dinosaurs than the dinosaurs from The Land Before Time.
No, fuck that movie, man. That movie made me cry over and over.
No, there's like 7 of them.
I need a picture because I don't remember what they. The names do not help. I need to know what they look like.
All right, next question.
All right, next email is from Chris Taylor, who's actually the guy who hooked us up with that gimmick song last week.
Wait, Chris Taylor, as in like the guy who created Supreme Commander and Total Annihilation?
No.
No.
But he might be related to Chuck.
Let me see here.
He has sent us a bunch of SML suggestions.
Oh, I thought you were going to say STDs
sweet.
for a second.
So, the first one, he's a big fan of this game. Super Mario Land, duh, obvious.
Oh, wow. How did we not think of that?
Smacking my lips. Shaking my life, kind of like shaking my head, mixed with fuck my life. Alternatively, screw my life. Someone might listen. No, they won't.
Someone might listen. You know, so far that is the winner.
The Someone Might Listen podcast. Wow, I'm writing that one down.
Before we get any further, it's kind of a tie between Vertigo and Diablo. Those were the two that I used the most. So,
Okay.
from Primal Rage. So I can get off that topic in my brain. Thank you.
Saying my lines. Strategic missile launcher.
Ooh.
Share my link.
Share my loins. Yeah.
Save me link. What? Yo, bitch, Ma's coming over tonight, so prepare your house, because I'm sure she'll want to see you.
Why must you interrupt our important discussion?
When is your grandmother coming over to our house that we're not at right now?
I don't know.
When is your grandmother?
And then he sent one more, and there's no fucking way I'm going to be able to pronounce this. So
Let me see.
I got it in the snake voice.
Snake voice?
Hold on.
fuck you, Chris, for this, by the way.
Sequipedalian, multi-loquent, loquaciousness. What?
Thanks, Chris.
Sequipedalian.
We're naming our show?
Well, no, people ask Tim, like, what's the SML
Like, what's the SML stand for?
So we're going to have a joke contest where you give us suggestions.
Now, the best is definitely Someone Might Listen.
We say it on every show.
Yeah, I know.
But it's
Well, right, but the thing is, too, and I can kind of understand this, too, because I've been invading a lot of the shows. So it's like...
You're pretty much like a cast member.
I'm pretty
You're
much
like standby medium right now since Boge's busy with life.
But I mean, like, you know,
We might have to upgrade Bogue to large, put you at medium, and have Joe be extra large.
Why can't we make you extra small?
We could make me extra small, but that would be too much like what
still
Burger
like
King
you
did with their
large.
drink system a while back.
Yeah, instead of going larger, they just made the large smaller.
Yeah.
They
I'm just good
How
with-
about we're small, medium, and large, and you're like dollar menu?
They would now. Or how about small, medium? How about small, medium, large? Buy 2 plane tickets.
It's terrible.
small, medium, large, bonus size.
Small,
Maybe fun size.
Hey, then
small,
I'll-
medium, large, supersize me?
King size.
King size.
We'll get sued by Burger King. Yay, thanks.
No, because king size is also for like the candy bars and stuff.
All right, off topic.
Well,
Back to mail.
then it would
Okay,
be fun
okay.
size.
Fun size.
Hush you faces. He also ends with, because it's SML, you could just call it small.
Small.
Yeah,
Great work, guys. Keep it up. Thanks,
thank
Chris,
you, Chris.
for being a jack off with that last one.
No,
I'm gonna put that into Google Voice and see like what it says.
It'll explode. We'll put it in. It'll just say. Fuck
Oh my
you.
god, I can't say it on the air, but I'll tell you guys after. But I figured out what the prize is gonna be.
Fleshlights.
Well, no, because I've got some extra swag that I didn't get rid
Well,
of.
no,
from
we'll we'll do a bunch of things, but I have one grand prize in mind, which I'll unveil in a bit.
I don't know.
Unless you want to just bleep it out or cut it out.
The only thing that's
I don't know. I think we should announce something so that.
they have something.
I can't announce this. It's too good. Unless you edit it out, you have to edit it out. If I say it
No,
on
we'll
there.
just wait until afterwards because he'll forget to edit it out.
Yeah,
Probably.
that'll require work going in and finding
No.
it.
Yeah,
All right.
That
so
means I'd have to
just
listen to
remember
our
later.
show.
All right, continue.
Nobody listens to that.
All right, next email from Amanda, our favorite. He says, "Here's a question for you.
Okay.
You know it's a good gaming session when blank."
Like last night when I was playing Diablo and I didn't go to sleep until about 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. because I was like, I'm just going to grind out these last couple levels for my wizard. See, when you lose track of time, that's what I'm going to go.
All right.
How about when you fall asleep with the controller in your hand? I've
That's
done
not
that.
good at all because then the game's not.
Well, no, it's not good, but like I've done that a few times.
I'd say when the game surprises you, when you think you've got the game under control, and then it does something to completely like wake you up. You're like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, like
shit,
like
right.
when the game actually scares you. Like
yeah,
like
or something
horror
like that.
movies don't scare me anymore, but a video game has at one point.
Yeah, like a solid twist in the gameplay or the plot that makes you that like hits you, and you're like, oh shit. Like,
Well, you know what?
are aware of what
like
you're
how
doing all of a sudden.
earlier today when we were messing around with Monaco and you were like, "There's dogs."
Yeah.
Like
I turned
he
the
was
corner and I
losing
see
his
dogs,
mind. He's like, "What?"
oh, that level was so tough.
I'm gonna go simple and sweet with "When You Come." You know it's a good gaming session when you come.
Okay.
Have you done that before?
I think we've narrowed down the problem.
All right, next.
We were all
email.
being
I'm
good.
never
and then
borrowing-
you.
I'm never borrowing games from him ever again because I don't know what it's going to be covered in.
Salty games.
A salty surprise.
I don't know why do you play your video games with your fleshlight on? I mean, seriously.
Nothing's on when I play my games.
No,
Buck ass naked on the couch.
That's
Same
about it.
couch that you sat on.
Oh, come on, man.
Anyway, next
I
question.
just made your WrestleMania memories that much worse.
Just watching it was bad enough.
I think seriously, you know it's a good gaming session when the game stays in your system for a while.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a game that you don't
Like,
want
you
to
don't-
stop playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you
That's
come
a-
back
that's a
to
good one.
over
Yeah.
and over and
I
over.
think that's when you know it's a
That's
good
fair.
gaming session. All right, next email from Joe Stratman, the guys that you guys DQ'd last week. He has 2 more entries.
Okay.
Oh.
He was unsure about the one because it has "of" in it, but I think that's an
That's fine,
incidental.
it's a minor-
fine,
yeah.
He said first pick is Summit of Mounting Lemurs.
Summit of Mountain Lemurs.
Wow,
Okay.
they're gonna
I think
mount
that's a
us.
pretty good one. And he said if that doesn't work, Sexual Molten Lava.
Sexual molten lava. I'll write that one down.
I like that one. That's a good
Well,
one.
I'm keeping them, so.
Yeah, he's gonna have
I know, but I'm keeping track of the good ones. What's his name?
Joe Strap. Just put Henry Jones.
Henry Jones. Sexual.
Oh, Henry Jones. Yeah, Henry Jones.
and me.
I know Henry Jones.
Bogue, do you have a message for Henry Jones?
I got a Henry
Do I have a message for Henry Jones?
I got
Should I have a message for Henry Jones?
Folding your underwear?
I got
Well, it turns out that the trifold worked out best, but I'm too lazy for it, so I do it the half.
Should we tell that story quick?
No,
know why.
we've already been so far off track today. We haven't even gotten to some of the news and what's been going on in gaming.
This is a Henry Jones story, though.
No, well,
Henry Jones. I got a Henry
let's keep going, keep going.
It's a quick one. Fuck
I
it.
got a Henry Jones, oh baby. Ooh. Anybody else? Nobody's getting
No.
that reference? No? Basketball Jones, Cheech and Chong?
No, I knew
We watch good movies.
Mr. Jones when he did that one.
Well, yeah.
Like kind of
I-
close, but
All right, next email from Taras Boutre,
Hey.
our buddy Pappy. First off, he has some podcast names.
Word.
First one is Somehow Mighty Lucky.
Sorry.
I like that he has to audibly listen to like our distaste of his entries.
Too bad.
Sorry,
Like,
Pappy.
oh, did they like this one? Oh,
I'll save number
that didn't
2
go
for
so
last.
I thought it was good.
Dude, we're like audibly rejecting people.
Well, he has a couple of them. So
Kind of.
Okay, well, go on. Continue.
We are. assholes.
We are assholes.
Yeah.
Scary Man Love.
I like that one.
Scary Man Love.
That's
pretty
normal.
good. Then I like this one. Slothfully masturbating leprechauns.
Slothfully.
Masturbating leprechauns.
Oh my
That's
God.
that's
I didn't even
one
know
of
that
the
was a
most-
word.
Bringing
that's-
it back to fleshlights.
That is a fantastic adjective. Slothfully.
So did you get that done? No. Why not? Because I was moving slothfully.
Slothfully.
Oh no, Joe! I'm glad we're
slow
not
jerked.
videotaping this.
Oh no.
slow jerk. You
Anyway.
never slow jerk. No, you don't finish. Don't. No.
I am so uncomfortable right now.
All right, continuing on.
All right, actual question for us.
Okay.
He says, after beating Bioshock Infinite and pre-ordering The Last of Us, I find that there are no games to really look forward to until maybe Battlefield 4 in November. Are there any summer/fall releases for PC or console that I'm overlooking? Yeah, a shitload.
Leviathan warships.
Leviathan Warship. You need to see that.
Blood Dragon. Far Cry 3
Far
Blood
Cry
Dragon.
Blood Dragon. definitely.
Monaco just came out. It's got delayed on Xbox, but that just came out on PC. Fez gets released on PC May 1st, which Phil Fish is a fucking idiot, but that game looks fantastic. That's it.
I don't think he has a 3DS, but there's a lot of 3DS stuff coming out.
Yeah, there is.
Mario and Donkey
I know
Kong.
Phil Fish doesn't.
Donkey Kong Country Returns, Animal Crossing, Project X Zone, Shin Megami Tensei.
Here's the big thing too: is there might not be. Oh, Last of Us.
Well, no, he said.
He just
You
said
said
he's
that?
pretty
Oh,
good.
okay.
He's got
My
that
bad.
pre-ordered.
But there's Injustice just came out too,
And
which is
Injustice is
actually
baller.
awesome. Injustice is amazing, and it has the nicest fight. The collector's set came with the nicest fighting stick I've ever had.
If someone wants to do me a solid, if one of our 3 listeners
I'll drop
want to
you a
do me a solid, and find one of the collector's editions with the fight stick
The tournament
and
edition.
send one to
So
me,
nice.
I don't think anyone's
I will
going to
be-
just send it to you.
I will figure out some sort of repayment.
Well,
But I
Fleshlights.
want one, so you have no idea.
He'll be-
It's like, because the thing is, like, I've gotten some of those fight sticks before that you normally get with fighting games. The thing that I like so much about what they did with the Injustice one, it's a combination of 2 things, and it's one item. of it.
let's run through the features.
It's a bat top, which to me is like exactly what I want. I
And
hate the ball top.
they don't make bat tops in arcade sticks.
I don't know what
bat.
Bathtub
No.
is.
It's like this type of thing,
Yeah,
other than
it looks
instead of
like-
a stick with a ball.
Yeah.
It looks like a bat.
You know, like
It
the
looks like a microphone
Americanized
almost, you know?
Okay.
ones. And the other thing is too, also going along with the joystick, is it's a square gate. And what I mean by that is when you take the joystick and you go up, and then you go to the left and go down and rotate
only
it
4
around.
corners
There's 4
inside
corners.
of the stick.
So it's a
Instead
square
of
gate
8?
instead of 8 or 6.
See, what I really liked is it's the design of it. It's got a cord that you can detach and wrap up, which is nice. I don't like the ones that fit in a compartment because they never really fit in very well.
Yeah.
No.
They fit in fine from the factory, but as soon as
Oh,
that
yeah,
gets
as soon as
unraveled,
you're
never
fucked.
going back in.
It's got like a foam padding on the bottom, not like the Mortal Kombat stick
That
where
one
that
was
had like
baller.
cloth.
Yep.
This
and the
one,
freaking memory foam.
this
underneath.
one has a thin piece of foam on the bottom, which is really nice because the whole bottom has grip. The plastic is like a rubberized plastic. The buttons light up. Like there's all of these features on it that I love and it's really easy to mod from what I've just glanced at so far because the bottom there's just the screws right there. The plate comes right off.
Yeah, and it's
not
very
trying to stop
customizable. It's very customizable. Now, some of the past like Sandwall ones are very customizable as well. However, there's a lot more that you kind of have to put into it to make it your own.
Yeah.
This one is very, very streamlined. Like taking the front faceplate off, and if you wanted to print out your own thing, because it's basically just a piece of plexiglass.
Yeah.
You can take out the thing that's underneath it, and then just print out whatever you want, put it underneath it. Now you've got your own custom fight stick. So you've got your own graphic underneath it. Which
I still wish America got the European statue from the collector's edition.
I just really want that fight stick. That's all I'm going to be like thinking about for the next month.
Yeah, it's nice. And the game, like I said, the game is fantastic. The way it's presented, the way it plays.
It plays really well. I was surprised by it.
The cutscene graphics are awful, but the in-game graphics are good. It's very bizarre.
And the story mode, from what we were going through, is very, very good.
The story mode is fantastic because it's like you're watching a DC Comics
But again,
movie.
this is something that's out, not something that's coming up.
I know.
Well, but it's very overlooked. Like, it's only been out this previous week.
But anyway,
I don't even know if he's into fighting games.
But you know
that
what?
wasn't the question. So
I know.
That wasn't the question.
I know. Show your shit.
But you know what? There is a lot of
I'm
people.
trying to also help address him because he's the one asking.
Well, here's the big thing to point out too is that E3's in like a month and a half.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that they're going to be
We're going to find a lot of fall stuff then. But
well, not just fall stuff, but I mean, I bet that they're going to come out and be like, boom, here's what's coming out next month. Here's what's coming out the month.
Yeah.
There's going to be a
There might even be something that just goes, we're dropping this now.
Yeah, like
next week. Yeah.
Let's see. Vita has Soul Sacrifice next week, which I'm fucking excited for that. Dragon's Crown is hitting the PS3 and Vita in August. And since I know he's a 360 gamer, let me look here. I know he's planning on picking up Dead Island Riptide.
I heard it wasn't getting reviewed that well.
No, neither did the first one. I mean, they appreciated that it was something new. The biggest complaints I see with this one is that it's more the same and they didn't fix anything, which that's exactly what I expected.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expected.
Because of how quick the turnaround was. Metro's out next month.
Oh yeah, Metro's
Resident Evil Revelations hitting consoles next month.
That's a good one too.
Fuse is out next month.
Nobody cares.
From Insomniac. Could be good.
Yeah, it could be good.
Could be good. I know he's excited for Deadpool because he loves Deadpool.
Yes, I'm excited for that.
I hate Activision and I want to check that one out.
Wow.
It's under the radar, but Ride to Hell Retribution looks like an awesome Grindhouse style game.
I haven't heard anything about that.
It's from Deep Silver again, guys behind Dead Island.
Oh, okay.
And it looks like it's going to be a B-movie game. The trailer looks hilarious.
Interesting. Yeah, I might
it's all biker style. Like you're a pissed off biker.
Yeah, I might dig that. Well, because the whole I enjoy like the Suda 51 stuff and so.
Yeah, Suda 51.
It might have if it's a Grindhouse-esque type of style thing, then it should incorporate some of that kind of.
Yeah, we could check out the trailer after the show, but
yeah, definitely.
Saints Row in August.
Yes,
I can't wait. for
that's that soon.
Yes.
August. Yep.
Holy shit.
Along with Splinter Cell's August.
Splinter Cell looks pretty wild, actually.
Forgot this one, July. The Smurfs 2.
Nice.
Smurfs 2.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hold on.
Smurfs number 2 or Smurfs as well?
I think that's the one that Way Forward is working on, so it could actually be a solid game. There's a chance that a shitty licensed game might actually be decent.
That's very strange.
And then the fall, of course, you're going to see Grand Theft Auto, Assassin's Creed Black Ass, and Boge, good news for you, October, Batman Arkham Origins.
Oh, cool. I haven't played Arkham City yet.
You should.
I still have to. I want to get those
I need to play Arkham City. As well.
I played whatever the first. The first
have
one was
a copy of it.
Arkham Asylum, yeah.
Yeah, I want to play Arkham City because I heard it was baller.
I just love Batman. Batman's so hard.
So yeah, Pappy, there's a lot of shit coming out that you should care about.
Yep, basically.
And even if there's nothing that appeals to you, go back into your back catalog. Everybody has one.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that there is some DLC that's going to be coming out for some games that you might already have.
Yeah,
that's going to be
and
really
like
interesting.
You guys said, Monaco's coming to 360.
The Borderlands, the new guy that's coming out, the Psycho. We saw it at
Borderlands stuff is nuts.
We saw it at PAX.
Did they show the character at PAX?
Oh yeah, they showed
they showed us the first character. They showed a playthrough. They did like a live playthrough.
Oh,
yeah, it was nuts. It was fucking crazy.
He can light himself on fire.
Yep,
that's one of his trees. Is
I do that.
Himself on fire.
I know it was all melee based.
No,
it doesn't have to be.
Oh, I know it doesn't have to, but that's how he's geared.
Yeah, you
don't have. That was one of the things that they actually addressed at the PAX thing. Was they were like,
doesn't have to be melee.
Yeah, because they were like, well, as soon as everybody sees it, they're like, well, I want to use guns, and then they're like, well, no, you can.
It's just his strength is melee.
His strength is melee, but there is a lot of stuff that you can do with him that's really crazy.
His strength is being up front and in the center of all of the chaos. That's his strength.
Yeah. He's the tank.
Basically, yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
And then Pappy ends the email with, enjoying your show, guys. Keep up the moderately passable work.
Yes. Perfect way to put that.
Which
Thank
is
you.
high praise for us.
It is.
you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, whenever we have a Crunchcast.
Crunchcast.
When we say Crunchcast, that's the warning for nonsense. That's the nonsense warning from now on.
Yes.
You should post this one as Crunchcast,
number 2.
Crunchcast 2, the return of Boge.
Crunchcast 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Crunchcast 2, Return to the Crunch.
I was just going to follow it up with what the final post on the Gaming Vault was for me. It's
Dicks. I saw that.
Yeah. And then one final email from Stefan Harris, our buddy Black Chad. He says, my question is, have you checked out the Sidequest Indiegogo project lately and downloaded the intro game Black Chad made?
No, it's
I
not.
have no idea what you're talking
Would
about.
have been awesome if you gave us a link. Our friends in X Strike Studios were making a movie a couple years ago called Sidequest, which is a take on role-playing games.
Okay.
And it kind of crashed and burned, and they made a documentary about the movie and it never coming out.
Oh, cool.
Well, our friend Black Chad is going to make a homemade RPG based on what the movie would have been. So he's running an Indiegogo project right now.
It's kind of cool.
He has the full blessing from X Strike. They're pretty big on board with it. I think he's about halfway there. He's only asking for $3,000 to get the game
Oh, wow.
done, released, all this other fun stuff. He has a
That's not
bunch.
bad at all.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, he has a
Yeah,
bunch.
if you can get that done in $3,000, hats off.
It's obviously not going to be a super high.
Well, right, but still, I mean, like,
It's one guy doing it, and what I've seen so far, the screenshots looks good. He has a playable. I don't know if it's a demo or a test or an opening level. He has something up. I haven't really been able to find out how to like download and any of that stuff.
word.
But I wish he would have given us a link because I would have plugged it.
Well,
It's Sidequest on Indiegogo.
so Google.
If you
Google's your best
have
friend.
him on Facebook, and chances are, if you're listening to this show, you know who Black Chad is.
Or you are him.
But yeah,
Oh shit.
he talks about
That's
it.
like some Inception shit. My head just exploded.
I know he talks about it on Facebook a lot, but I would love to see him hit his goal, and hopefully Ashley and I could contribute a few bucks to it too. He's even some of the higher tiers, like he'll put you in the game as an NPC.
Sweet. I always wanted to do
He's
that.
going to
just
do
say
a
that
printed
could be.
map, so check it out. Hopefully we'll have a link in the description, since he didn't email me a link.
Since he dropped the ball.
Son of a bitch! Fuck you, Black Chad.
Word.
You and your you and
So,
your
I
channel.
need to point out something. We are
Hella
56 minutes into this podcast already.
Oh, what do you mean already?
That flew by.
Well, yeah, but there's how much quality stuff
Well,
that we really
There is nothing quality in this
Nothing, no.
episode.
what we need to do from now on too is we need to save reader mail for last. Because that'll be the padding. That'll be the padding at the end.
It's true.
There's some other news that happened this week.
Microsoft announced that they're going to announce the Xbox next month.
They announced the
They
announcement.
announced the announcement of the.
Yeah.
What the
Was it May 21st?
May 21st, 10 a.m.
Which is a Tuesday,
Pacific.
and we record on Wednesday. So awesome timing. High five, bro.
Well, we should
Yeah, it'll
probably-
be like that
we'll get-
Sony one that we did.
We could get together on Tuesday.
We'll get together
and
on
talk about
Tuesday,
it.
yeah. And,
Maybe even release it early that week.
yeah.
Maybe vagina.
We'll try to make sure to
Like
set
a
aside.
vagina. Like a vagina.
We'll try to make sure to set aside some legit.
High
A lot of
five
high
all
fives
around.
going around
A
here.
lot of high fives today.
High five, Boge. High five.
Wait, 4-way high five. You fucker! You didn't get in on it.
That's just too much.
He's not into the high
Too
five.
busy shipping.
No,
High
let's-
five.
Yeah, so Microsoft announced that. I'm
high
excited.
4G.
I'm
4G.
really curious to see what they're gonna pull off. I mean, I say to top Sony, which is a joke.
Yeah,
But,
right.
but at the same time, I'm worried because there's so many rumors swirling, which I don't think they're going to do the online only thing. I really think that's just for the dev kits, and I think that the devs came out and were like, oh, well, you have to connect it to the internet all the time to use it. But that was a dev kit restriction, I
Yeah.
think. That's my theory.
I would hope so. I'm concerned about the talk that it's going to be Connect mandatory.
What?
No.
It's
There's
gonna
no
come
way in hell.
It's going to come packaged with the new Connect. and the Kinect must be hooked up.
No.
Let me put it to you this way. They'll lose so many people, mainly just because the Kinect doesn't even register in certain rooms.
Well, it's going to be a
you don't understand.
new sensor.
This is the next generation of this. Remember how impressive the Kinect was when we first saw it? It was like, wow, this is really neat. And it still is pretty neat. It's just slow. And here's why, the technical reasons why it's slow is because they didn't build the 360 to take advantage of the Kinect.
Right.
They built the Kinect to take advantage of the 360.
Okay.
Technically. They realized that they could not pull the specifications, like they didn't want to pull processing power from the 360
to take care of the
to do the workload of the Kinect.
Yeah.
The Kinect itself, all the processing power for what it does is in that unit, which was a mistake.
Yeah.
It worked, but that's the problem. Like when you have the Kinect hooked up to a PC and you're using a dev kit, it's unbelievable what you can do with it, and that's just the first generation of the tech.
Yeah.
I think
the way I'm going to see this, it's going to be like the Wiimote to the Wii Remote Plus. It's what you got and what you expected.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be even better than that, because I think we're going to start seeing a lot of the things they wanted to do with the Kinect that they couldn't.
Yeah,
because
this
of
stuff
hardware.
you expected, the
Yeah.
stuff they showed off.
Yeah.
That's what we expected.
But I think the Wiimote, because I still expected the Wiimote to be a lot better, and it's still, even with the Wii Motion Plus, it wasn't. You know, I'm
I
still
think the Wii
waggling.
Motion Plus is a hell of a lot.
It's a whole lot better, but you're still waggling. You know what I mean?
That's
Well,
what it is.
that's your hands too.
That's
I mean,
what the thing does.
So I have a big. I think that if they make the Kinect mandatory to be hooked up, I don't think they're going to force you to use it.
No, I don't think it's going to be forced into every game, but it's going to have to be plugged in to be used.
I think the reason why they're doing that is because the tech is going to be so much better that they're going to want a way to give you the option of being like, you know, try this.
Yeah.
You have it there. Just give it a shot when you're bored.
Just squeeze that invisible booby.
Because squeeze the invisible booby.
I'm gonna slap that ass.
What that's going to cause is it's going to cause some people who like the Kinect, who the Kinect is marketed for, to try it and be like, wow, I really like this. It's going to open up that market a bit more. But I think that Microsoft needs to really do some cool shit because like right now, if I wanted to buy a console, like with what I just know from speculation of the next Xbox, the PlayStation seems more like, if I didn't do PC, the PlayStation right now interests me because what it's doing is it is a continuation of the PlayStation 3, which hit its stride. The PS3 is a good system. It's not, I don't think it's better than the 360, but it's a good system. Yeah. And what they're doing with the PS4, I think is really neat because they're bringing people together more with this, and they're making it really like when I play League of Legends, when I log on, if one of my friends is playing a game and I have to wait for him to finish, I'll spectate the game.
Yeah.
And now I can do that. Like I could, you know, if him and I want to play something on the PS3 or PS4 and we both have it, I could go and hit that share button or whatever and go and view his game while his round finishes.
But my concern with that is how many times has Sony overpromised and underdelivered in the past?
Oh, all the time. But,
I mean, Sony hype alone killed the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Just hype.
Mm-hmm.
And the system came out and it's like, this is nothing like what they told us it would be.
Yeah, but the PS2 is still the shit.
Oh, it's a great system. Hardware-wise, you know, it's kind of shitty, broke a lot.
Yeah.
Which people forget. They're like, oh, Red Ring is the worst thing to ever happen. Like, have you owned a PS1 or two?
We make so much money off broken PS2
Really?
still in stores.
I've had so many laser issues with my PS2s.
Never. I had my PS2 from launch.
I think I'm on my 8th PS2.
Oh my god.
Because the laser keeps dying.
Well,
maybe I got really lucky.
Probably.
Because, like, I've never, ever.
It's powered by your fleshlight.
Like, right now,
Maybe.
Other than, because right now where Microsoft sits is they have to match that.
Yeah.
To compete, they have to match. And then to win, they have to exceed.
I'm concerned they're going to pull a Nintendo and go in their own direction.
There is a lot of talk of them going in their own direction with this whole centerpiece of the living room thing.
Yeah, which I'm worried about.
Which I'm like, that's interesting, but I don't care. Because the majority of the gamers out there don't watch television anymore.
Yeah.
And, you know?
I don't watch TV like
I mean, I like the idea, I like the option and the functionality, but like, And I think that might bring back things like the Netflix party idea.
God, I wish. I miss Netflix parties so much.
I think that they might...
I never got to do that, and I really wanted to.
That was the best ever.
But I think they have to do something really wild to sell me on it, because I will buy one of the new consoles, but I'll only be able to afford one. You know, so I'm one of the consumers that they have to convince.
Well, if I'm probably going to have both of them. But honestly, at this point, if it comes down to picking one or the other, based on what I've heard of the next Xbox, I'm probably going to be PS4.
Yeah, and
I'm a diehard 360 fan
so
right now.
Like, I love
compared
the
to the PS3. Like, I wish the PS3 would explode forever.
It could, if you set it up properly.
And there's so much about the PS4 that I am insanely pissed off about. Like the whole, all your PS3 and PSN stuff isn't going to work. Some people I talked to at GameStop insist that they're apparently working on trying to make it happen.
Well, look at what happened with the PS3 with it.
I'm guessing all the backlash hit, and they're like, maybe we should look into...
The PSN, the downloads should.
No, they won't, because they're built for the PS3.
Well, here's the weird thing about that, though, is my PS1 Classic, the only one I own, which is Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
I bought that way back when the PSN started, when that came out, and downloaded it on my PSP.
Yeah.
I also downloaded it on my Vita.
Yeah.
I also downloaded it on my PS3.
Yes.
It's possible. I know it's possible. And I don't think that they will lock it out completely. I think there's definitely going to be things.
I think PS1's a different architecture where they've had that work on everything. But PS3 games and PSN games designed to be played on the PS3 are based on the PS3 architecture.
Yeah.
Well, you're going with an all new chipset and manufacturer and all this other stuff.
And
yeah, that's great, but shouldn't it be over compensating for what they have
Here's
before?
the funny
Not
thing
if
about
it's not compatible. It's like PS3 doesn't play PS2 games because they're completely different manufacturers. And
Well, no.
chipsets.
Here's the problem with the PS3 was that it wasn't even anywhere near the mark of a normal game console. The PS3 used the cell processor, and it was every piece of that hardware was pretty much completely proprietary. Whereas,
and they're not doing that with the PS4.
no, or the Xbox. The Xbox and the PS3 are actually nearly identical chunks of hardware now. They're just modified PCs. That's all they are.
But that's the thing with PS3 stuff not work. They've already, when it was announced, they confirmed that nothing for the PS3 and nothing on PSN will work on the PS4.
Yeah,
They already confirmed that. That was announced, confirmed. People can deny. They confirmed it.
Basically, buy
I'm
new
thinking,
shit. Buy new
pretty
shit.
much.
Well, see,
I'm thinking the backlash is making them reconsider and find a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
Which would be nice, considering we've spent 7 years buying PSN stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna. We'll see. It'll be interesting. The other news, Monaco. Monaco came out on PC this morning.
Not for 360.
Not for
that got
360
bumped,
yet.
which
Yeah,
sucks.
but it
Poker
is-
Night 2 came out.
I didn't play that yet.
All right.
Monaco is fun as shit, though.
No, the Poker Night, like the first. Who was in Poker Night 1? I know the one guy from
Can't
Penny
remember.
Arcade was
Gabe or Tycho.
one of them. But Poker
The
Night 2.
Archangel Gabriel?
The Archangel Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel was...
Peter Gabriel.
Not to be confused with any other Archangels.
Yeah, Peter Gabriel was on Poker Night.
Huh.
I would play the fuck out of that game. Every time he got every time that he won the pot, he would be like, "Sledgehammer!" I love that we thought of the same thing at the same time. It's great. We have a connection. It's cute.
Let's see. The first one.
So what about the Xbox would make you we slammed the PS4 hardcore
Because
not that long ago.
announcement was so.
Well, the
underwhelming.
announcement was shitty.
Yeah, and now
See, I
you're
don't think
saying
it was
you
as
would
shitty as
probably
you guys thought.
Now that I've had time to process it, there's still a lot that has me pissed off about the PS4.
Well, you said it was just as shitty as we did back then. Remember that day?
No, you guys thought it was shitty. I thought it was whatever. Because it just felt like a continuation.
No, you thought it was
felt like an
shitty.
update.
Hold on, I'm going to bring
We'll
up
have
the old episode.
We'll have to pull it up because I don't remember being that upset about
We
it.
all straight up just made fun of it, for an hour.
I hate the fucking controller.
Yeah, it's
I don't. I think the controller looks fine.
belly
You guys
button
are fucking-
thumbsticks.
You didn't like the way that the control looked a month ago. Was it a month ago? 2 months ago?
I hate the fact that the controller looks like they
A PS3
made the
controller with a thing on it.
with
That's
just
it.
they just fucking slapped this thing in the middle of it and that was it.
But
And the
what,
light on the top.
what did I miss?
Right.
I had to walk away. The listeners didn't see that. What did I miss about the Xbox that would make you go with the PS4 aside from the Kinect?
Just all the rumors so far is the heavy focus on Kinect. There's been talk about it being always online, like
Well, and
always
which
need to
is
be
probably not
connected
going to happen. But
I can't see
the
that
other
happening
big
either.
thing.
again, it's all rumor.
The other big rumor is that it has on the specs. It has an HDMI in as well as an out, which the theory is that you're going to be able to use it as a DVR. Which means that you have your cable box,
Yeah.
whatever in your house that's bringing in television signal. You're going to be able to plug it into the Xbox and then plug it back out to your TV
and
run
record
it
stuff
through.
onto the Xbox
Yeah,
itself.
you're going to be able to plan and record things onto your Xbox, and then I'm assuming, like what Netflix Party used to be, you're going to be able to share some sort of viewing experience, or be able
No
to,
way.
or be able to pipe out. Oh yeah, that's why I think it's far fetched, but
No way.
They've had the idea before, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Because I mean,
if they tried
like,
something
because think about
similar.
it. What if like someone was like you get a series like
No, I
Game of
completely
Thrones or
understand.
something
Yeah, I
like
completely
that.
understand what you mean. Where you're going already.
Yeah. So you understand, but I'll explain it in brief to people that don't
But
know where I'm going.
it
with
wouldn't be that difficult for them to make a little partnership and bump up the cost of Xbox Live, or
right.
have another tier
Okay.
of Xbox Live.
But my thing is like, well, what I was gonna get at to tell him was, what if you have a series like Game of Thrones or something like that? What is that on, like HBO or
HBO,
Showtime or
yeah,
something?
something like that.
I think we already
Well, one of
discussed
those premium channels. So if you're gonna route that through your Xbox and you're gonna record an episode of this and you're gonna like, oh well, I want to share it with my one buddy, but he doesn't actually have that channel, and he's going to get around paying his cable company's cost for that channel so he can watch it with his buddies on his Xbox. I don't see that
Well,
happening.
that's why.
But as long as he wouldn't be able to record it, because otherwise there'd be no difference than Joe coming over to my house and watching HBO with me.
Well, see, that's where this would open up a whole nother can of worms of piracy and what it actually means to steal or pirate a copy of
But
something.
again, this is all hypothetical.
Yeah, but I think on the hypothetical trail, I think that it would be completely reasonable for Microsoft to say, we're unveiling another tier of Xbox Live where you can do that. And some of that, they would be basically paying a certain licensing fee to allow
See, I'm already
that.
like, it's tough for me to just pay for, like, I haven't had Xbox
I know,
Live
but they don't
Gold
care
in like
about
2
you.
years.
They've made that clear. They don't care about
I understand that, but it's just like,
But the listener?
No,
Listeners?
no, the
Microsoft doesn't care
Microsoft.
and Sony.
If
They
you're
don't
not
give-
I don't
subscribed to
have
Gold,
I don't have gold because I don't want to pay monthly for something that I don't know if I'm actually going to use.
Then don't pay monthly. Buy a year.
Yes, I'm going to waste like what is $50-$60 or something like that.
How much did you find it for? 35. We got it.
35
that's fine.
for 13 months.
$35.
Okay, with
wait,
that
what
money,
about it?
with that much money, I could just get myself a game to play
Okay.
35
that I think I would
divided
get
by 52.
more enjoyment out of.
That's 67
playing a
cents a
game.
week.
Yeah.
But you need to have
price, it's not that expensive.
you need to have
on a daily
internet too.
basis.
So you got to pay your internet bill.
Yeah, but that's.
Like I feel that the price of gold is worth what you get.
Oh, I
Hell, for
definitely
the discounts
agree, but-
alone.
Well, here's the other thing that they could be doing with the HDMI in and out is this could be a piece of what Microsoft wishes to do with their sharing possibilities to compete with Sony. For instance, well, I'm just saying, like, for instance, capture cards are a big deal. A lot of the dude bros that play Call of Duty, a lot of
Bro.
really hardcore gamers like to try and output what they are.
I think we're spending too much time on this HDMI thing because there's another feature, another rumored feature that we haven't hit yet,
What's that?
which is that all games are going to be mandatory installed to the system, and you don't use the disc once it's installed.
That's not
There's no way.
That was in the paperwork.
The hard drives would have to be enormous.
Every game would have to be activated, and there's no used games.
Oh no!
Presumably,
no. I guarantee you, 1,000% that will not happen.
Yeah.
Presumably, unless you buy a pass from GameStop or from Xbox Live to reactivate that game on a different console. This is like the leaked paperwork that came out. This was in there.
It won't happen.
That all games are fully installed to the hard drive and you no longer use the
I will
disc.
tell you why that won't happen right now. Because Sony's not doing that.
So?
Yeah, all right, so I'm a consumer.
So they'll lose the console wars.
I'm a
By
gamer.
that alone.
Didn't we have this huge discussion on Microsoft doing its own thing that Sony doesn't do 2 months ago?
That Microsoft might do its own thing, but this is a whole different discussion. If I'm a gamer, right? If I'm a normal kid, senior in high school, college kid, whatever, that might go out and purchase his own system. I can only buy one. Or I'm somebody and I'm looking at mom and dad for Christmas and I'm like, I want, the PS4 or the Xbox. And I find out that, okay, on Xbox, once I buy a game, I cannot trade that in, which is a $1 billion industry.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not just important to that industry.
Or even, I can't even have my buddy let me borrow a game to see if I want it.
But don't forget, Microsoft doesn't make money on that, so they don't give a fuck about you if you're not buying it.
But here's the problem. This is why they give a fuck about you. Because if I realize I cannot trade my game in, like, oh fuck, if I buy that, like,
I'm stuck with it forever.
I paid $60 for it. If it drops in a week, I can't do anything. Like, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy the PlayStation.
Which is why people see these reports and rumors and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But
here's
But he's saying there's no way it's going to actually happen because they'll basically just shoot themselves in the foot and be like, thanks for letting us be a game console for however many years. And we're not one anymore after we fucking release this.
And what if they do? And what if they do?
Then Microsoft will cease as in the game console business.
I guess we'll find out in a month.
Yeah, I guarantee. I absolutely.
There's no way it's going to happen.
And this is another reason why, because
I don't want it to happen either. I don't want that. I'm saying what I've read online.
I know, but here's the other reason why it won't happen too, is that I'm GameStop, right? The largest gaming retailer in the world. They are the ones who market the games, try to get you to pre-order the games. They are the reason why game sales basically exist at such a high point we have now. This is the industry.
That's why they'll have an agreement with Microsoft to sell those activation passes.
No, they won't even carry the console.
They won't, and here's why. When the rumors started, their stock dropped an extreme amount of points. So those shareholders in that company will say, hey, if you're going to do this, we will not stock your products. We won't stock your products at all, and your business will dry up overnight. Whereas we will put more emphasis on the Sony PlayStation, which therefore will help them get a huge ground control over the new Xbox console. It can't happen. There's absolutely no way. If they do, it's absolute suicide.
This is secondhand information from someone who talked to a Microsoft rep at a GameStop convention, and they said that they would have some kind of agreement to sell these activation passes or whatever's needed.
No way.
It was probably talked about, but
we don't
never
know.
implemented.
We don't know.
I know.
We'll find out in a month. Debating it is
good podcast material.
Is leading to
good
unfunny material.
Doesn't have to be funny material.
Yes,
it has to be informative.
Boge, make a dick joke.
Or it doesn't have to be.
I have one.
He has
a joke. I mean, no. I'm just bummed out that I just got the 360 and all of a sudden.
I think Boge would just be.
I have
he
been
bought
behind
his
the
fleshlight and he
times.
couldn't trade it in.
Yeah.
I didn't like this curve or something.
Oh, I wanted to tell you about the characters in Poker Night at the Inventory. The first one was PC only. It had Tycho from Penny Arcade, Max from Sam & Max, the heavy weapons guy from Team Fortress 2, and Strong Bad.
Nice.
And then the new one just came out for...
I was surprised.
This is really
too.
fucking
This is a pretty
awesome.
wild roster.
Yeah, let's see. It has Brock Sampson from the Venture Brothers, Claptrap from Borderlands, Ash from the Evil Dead.
Oh, wow.
Sadly not voiced by Bruce Campbell.
Oh.
And
What?
Nope, not Bruce Campbell.
Fuck.
And then Sam from Sam & Max. And then the dealer is GLaDOS from Portal. It's friggin' insane. It looks insane. It's out. It just
insane
came out
in the
today.
membrane.
Insane to the brain.
Thank you.
I can't help it.
I'm kind of bummed that it's $5 on PC but $10 on console.
Then that's PC Master Race.
What?
Dude, it's crazy. Like,
You guys are so retarded.
hey man,
I do
No,
like
we just get
the
the
exclusive
retarded
content.
deals.
I like the exclusive content. You can unlock hats, or not, on PC you can unlock hats for Team Fortress.
The hat economy.
Xbox 360, you get avatar items.
Which nobody
PS3
uses.
just gets some shitty things. I'll use avatar items.
PS3.
PS3 gets some shitty things.
I changed my avatar on my Xbox. I actually had like a couple like gamer points or whatever, the Microsoft points. I had a couple left over, and I bought a Soundgarden t-shirt for my avatar. Okay?
Nice.
I have a Slipknot one from Guitar Hero.
Every single game or picture or anything that involves my avatar, even though when I go into the avatar maker and it's saved to have that shirt, doesn't show it anywhere.
I always see mine in the game.
I never see it. I
don't know.
It's just it defaults to like something else.
You gotta pay $12.99 a month.
I had my character with a Slipknot shirt in Connect Sports, so...
That's cool.
Mine.
kinda cool, yeah.
I was playing. Actually, no. I was playing. I think it was Connect. No, the Connect Adventures.
Well, then you're probably broken.
I don't know.
I just don't like the fact that I couldn't make my avatar fat. It kind of bummed me out.
That's funny.
I wanna be
usually
a
don't
big
hear
guy.
that.
I want it to look like me. It kind of looks like
Skinny you.
skinny me.
Skinny. I will
you.
call him Skinny Me.
Yeah, and then all platforms, you can unlock different outfit items for Borderlands 2.
Oh, that's cool.
pretty
Actually,
awesome.
that was one thing I really liked about the Borderlands thing, because I hated that
All
like
the
in the
different
first
skins.
one. I hated in the first one every single person looked like the fucking. I'm like, I'm a sucker for customizability. So it's like you give me a game where I could really like fuck with the character that I'm playing, and yeah, I'm happy. Just saying. That was like actually not just because of the customizability, but also the gameplay. I used to play Skate 3 religiously.
Yeah.
Like
That game's awesome.
That game
is
did
awesome.
not leave my Xbox for a solid year and a half.
I don't even like skateboarding, but that game's awesome.
It's so like the physics was really cool. I love that they actually left in a lot of really like crazy glitches, because
if
finding some of the glitches
if
was
anybody
just
wants
as
to
fun
laugh-
as playing the actual game.
If anybody wants to laugh, go on YouTube and look up Skate 3 glitches. You will die.
Yeah.
You will die laughing. They are like some of the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Some of the best glitches I've seen in video games ever.
And they're all hysterical. Every one of them will have you in stitches.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, like I used to skate when I was younger, and you know, I played I like pretty much every single one of the Tony Hawk games up until Tony Hawk Underground 2.
I let you
Thug 2.
Because Thug, the first Underground was probably, other than the Skate series, was probably the best skateboarding game. But then as soon as Skate came out, the first one came out, blew it out of the water, and I'll never play a Tony Hawk game for the rest of my life.
All right, well, I think we've gone on long enough. Should we wrap this up?
Yes.
Boge, it was good having you back as a special guest.
Oh, thanks. I'm a special guest.
Depending on what's going on with me next week, maybe we can do it again here.
All right.
If things are...
Word bird.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, just because it's weird not having you.
We miss you.
Aw, we got tears going on.
Pappy kept asking when we're going to shave your back on the show.
Oh, well.
No, we gotta wax his back.
We're going to have to wait until
If we
video
wax your back,
capability.
we'll wax my chest.
We'll send it in
Wax my nips.
Is anything
we'll
even
send it-
on your chest?
I have a falcon. It starts right here, and it's like the tail, and then it comes up, and the wings go out over my nips, and then there's
Nice.
a little head at the top. I call it.
No,
the
what we'll
falcon.
do is we'll take duct tape and we'll put it on Boge's back and rip it off, and that will be one of the things that we send in for the
That'll be
prize
one of the
pack.
prizes.
Oh no! a lock of Boge's hair. We didn't say from where.
No, still attached to the duct tape. Just send it like that.
We frame that duct tape.
Or use that to seal the envelope.
I don't think it would stick anymore.
It could.
Oh no!
I'm a terrible person.
I don't
What
know.
can I say?
I mean, it just gets worse.
Oh wow, that's pretty gnarly.
I think
That's just on your
it's like
arm
your-
too. Like
It's like your back hair is trying to come around to the front to hug you.
Yeah, it is.
I think that could be a fun show idea. It's just the waxing of Tim and Boge.
We gotta have a drunk cast one day. Maybe we'll have a party cast. We'll do another big group
Party
party
cast.
cast before I move for sure.
I still think we gotta do a Cards Against Humanity cast.
Well, yeah, we'll do
That
that.
would be fun. That
But
would
coming up, like
I have all the
like I said,
expansions.
I talked to Cornell about having him come back. We'll do like a day thing. We'll record a long podcast like we did the last time.
Double it up or something.
Yeah, and we'll do some neat stuff. So maybe even for the Xbox thing, we'll have him come in.
Maybe.
That'd be fun. 'Cause it would be interesting too because him going into the games industry,
Yeah.
he might have a unique perspective on what he has to say about the future of Xbox Live and downloadable content. So.
Goddamn Kunal. Anyway, featured song this week. Since I'm still on an EarthBound kick, it's going to be an EarthBound remix from my almost decade-old EarthBound remix project called Bound Together. This song is called Dialima to Kafe by my buddy Zeratul with guitar work by Diggy Dis. And the entire project can be downloaded at wushuplayer.com/boundtogether. And you can check the link in the description. Get it, listen to it. It's a whole shitload of free music.
Yay, free music!
Yay.
all of the
He had to.
all of the extra stuff at the end is just going to be nothing but a bunch of crunches.